This right here is what's gonna give you problems. Don't say I ain't warn you. Hey y'all, it's Jayla, aka JaiChanellie on the internet. Welcome back to my channel and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I know we're coming up on spring, summer. You want to throw some twists in your head for summer vacation before you put them island twists in your head. Let me tell you all about this hairstyle and my particular install before I get into the do's and don'ts, and there are definitely do's and don'ts. So if you don't know what island twists are, they're basically Senegalese twists, rope twists, whatever you like to call them. I grew up calling them Senegalese twists with that goddess effect. Each twist, as you look down the length of the twist, has these curly pieces or human hair pieces sticking out of them all the way down to the very ends of the twist, which are curled. Now, the most important part of this style is, of course, the hair that is being used. I use 4 packs of braiding hair in order to achieve this style, and I use 2 different colors. I use the color 33, which is kind of like a lighter brown leaning auburn. I also use a peekaboo amount of the color 530. All of my braiding hair was from this brand, okay? So this is the Vanessa brand, the Yaki Perm 100% Kanekalon pre-stretched hair. So if you look at the bottom of my braids, you can actually see that color 33 a little better down here. The peekaboo pieces of 530, you can definitely see those there. I have seen people do this style with different types of hair, like Marley hair, for example, or spring twist hair. But honestly, I was trying to use what I already had in that closet, my hair supply. For my human hair pieces, I did opt for human hair. Whenever you do goddess styles, you can choose to use human hair or synthetic hair. I'm always gonna recommend human hair because synthetic hair gets so tangly so fast, y'all. It's not worth it in my opinion. So I actually purchased 2 bundles of human hair from YWigs Hair. I purchased this using my own money. They did not send your girl no bundles. But if you want to buy it, you can go ahead and use my discount code JaiChanellie, and that should give you a 15% discount on ywigs.com. I had 2 bundles. This is the second bundle. So as y'all can see, I clearly did not use a ton of it. The color, it's a 99J. Everything just goes together so well, so nicely. So actually the majority of the color that you see in my head is this. This is actually a deep wave texture. When I put this in my head, honestly, I'm not getting this texture. It looks a bit more straight when it's actually in the twist. So just be aware of that. If you know you want that curly, voluminous look, you definitely will need a curly bundle, not like a deep wave or a loose wave. That is the hair. And now that we've talked about the hair, let's talk about the experience of installing these twists. I'm going to show you clips of my install in this video, but if you want the full tutorial, make sure you hit that subscribe button because the video is coming soon. Baby, I'm not going to hold you. Installing these twists is not for the weak. I feel like there's a learning curve every single time I do a style with added human hair, and I need to stop thinking that it can be done in one day. It takes so long to separate pieces of human hair. This human hair is actually bulk hair. What does that mean? That means it is not attached to a weft. So this is free flowing hair. The only reason it ain't shaking all around right now is because this already has product on it from when I was installing the hair. I put some edge control on the top of this just to make sure the hair wasn't flying everywhere. When I tell you it takes a minimum 1.5 to 2 hours to separate a single bundle, I'm not exaggerating. So you're spending half the install time just separating the human hair alone. This right here is what's gonna give you problems. Because I knew this was gonna take me a long time and I wasn't about it, I opted for different parting. I would usually do a traditional box braid parting. I decided to do crescent parting or half moon parting slash freestyle parting. What does that mean? It means I was not drawing straight lines and doing boxes. I was taking my rat tail comb and doing half moon motions. They are a lot less technical and thus take a lot less time than your traditional box braid parting. I was not cleaning up my parts and reinforcing my parts with edge control and shine and jam. I wasn't doing none of that, okay? The part was the part because I'm trying to minimize the amount of product that I'm putting on my scalp. Let's talk about my install method and why I decided to do this. So you'll notice that at the very top of my twist, there are actually braids, okay? So I decided to do the knotless braid install method. I braided down like 4 or 5 times and then I collected all of the hair. I split it into 2 even pieces and then I began twisting. Braids are way more secure than twists, y'all. It also helped the hair lay better, especially at the roots. Super important part of doing island twists. You have to do the flick of the wrist. Look at the flick of the wrist. That means when you are twisting, your hands are essentially cranking up car keys in the same direction, but because your hands are opposite one another, it's gonna look like they're moving the opposite direction. This one's going to the right. This one's going to the right. They're both going to the right. Every time you get ready to twist your hair, you have to flip the wrist and then twist. Flick the wrist and then twist. Flick the wrist and then twist. Flick the wrist. Hey, flick the wrist, twist. Flick the wrist, flick the wrist, flick the wrist, twist. These are not regular spring twists, Marley twists, where you are just twisting your hair down and everything's good and gravy and cute because you're using hair that mimics your natural texture. No, babes, this is braiding hair, okay? You gotta flick the wrist in order to keep that twist nice and tight. Now, me saying this to you right now, I have twists that are super loose. So don't think I'm up here just a master of twisting. Some twists that look good, you know, we got a little bit of uniformity there. I have other twists. Look at that twist. That one doing something a little crazy. You do not have to be perfect, baby. You just have to get it in your head. Something that I did that was completely different from any other tutorial that I watched, y'all. At the end of my twist, I secured it with a little plait, okay? I did a little braid at the very end. Because one thing I know, twists unravel very easily. It goes from being a twist to a little baby section of braid, and then I tied a knot and I double knotted it. Last thing y'all need to know is at the very ends of my head, we have these beautiful curls. I curled it with perm rods. I love the way the curls came out. I think they're so freaking cute, and I did this literally a month ago and have not had any issues with any of the curls. So I do recommend leaving the ends of your hair as braiding hair. I wasn't feeling the human hair pieces at the very end. I just knew that was gonna add another 2, 3, 4, 5 hours to my style, and I didn't want to do that, okay? Here's what went so wrong with this hairstyle. Baby, the slippage, and not the slippage at the root. It's usually the slippage at the root that gets me. It was the slippage mid-shaft. Wait for it. Twist, 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 twist. Start getting real loose. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, ain't no twist no more. Oh. Now how did this happen? My twists are very long, as you can clearly tell, and the way I was able to get them so long was by adding extra pieces of braiding hair. I took an extra piece of braiding hair, did the flick of the wrist motion, and essentially twisted it into my twist like a feed-in method. I personally wasn't flicking my wrist as well as I should have. So if you are someone who is doing long twists like me, tighten your grip in that area. Now, I won't say it's all throughout my head, like, calm down. I wasn't that bad, but there's definitely a couple that slipped, including the one that is in the very, very front of my head. Are you not embarrassed? The second thing that went absolutely wrong with this hairstyle, you saw my roots, right? I'm tired of hiding it. Let's look at the roots. Y'all, look at my roots. And it's not that I done dyed, fried, and laid to the side, the edges. It looks like this everywhere, y'all. Like, think it's actually a combination of things. They really knotless braids at the top. So they really got the expiration date of a banana. Number 2, the downside of doing non-box parting is that box parts look really neat. Freestyle parts, not as neat. Number 3, I've been scratching the heck out of my scalp. One thing about it, y'all, once I learned that I most likely have a scalp condition and that my hair will start building dandruff the next day after I wash my hair, I stopped really trying to preserve my styles like that. If my head itch, I'm gonna scratch it. And that means agitating the style, that means causing frizz, it means all of those things. You have a trifecta and you have JaiChanellie wearing a scarf. I may or may not have shed a human hair piece at work in front of my manager, who then picked it up off the ground and said, "You're shedding." Well, what can you do? Do not get me wrong, the hair is excellent quality, but the absolute worst part of this hairstyle was the red color, the red dye from this hair staining my clothes, staining my furniture. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you right now. Let's get into her. Can y'all see that? I hope you can see it. There is red dye all on my chair, and you're probably thinking, oh, it doesn't look that bad. It was much worse. I have 409'd it, I have Clorox bleached it, I have done all the things you can do to that chair. All the cleaning products that you can put on it, I put on it. That dye is still there. Not only did it dye the chair, it dyed every single outfit I wore. Mind you, I washed these bundles prior to installing them in my head. So the bleed is just crazy. Now, my friend who is a red hair pro said that's kind of the nature of the game with red hair, and that I should have put like a polish or something, a gloss on it to help the bleeding stop. I ain't know that, baby. This may not affect you if you are not doing red bundles, okay? If you are doing a cute little 1B situation, a cute little 2 situation, you ain't gonna have this problem. That's all I have to say about these island twists, but I've said a lot. I've said a mouthful. If you have tried island twists, let me know your tips and tricks in the comment section below so we can help the girlies out, okay? Because you might experience something different than me. I might experience something different to you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, like this video so YouTube can share with other people. I will have the tutorial video coming for you soon, so stick around for that. In the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Bye.